Hey there, Tommy from the Run Testers with another monthly roundup. In this video, we talk about the things we've tested over the past few weeks that we really like and we wanted to tell you about. They're normally things that we've not managed to cover in other videos, but they're just things that were worth telling you about. Right, let's dive in and see what we've all picked this month.
Hi, I'm Jane, one of the Run Testers, and I'm here to talk about my June monthly essentials. Unsurprisingly, these are all very warm weather essentials just because I've been trying to run in this heat wave, and finding kit that makes it a little bit easier is important. The first thing, it's kind of shorts heavy this one. The first thing I'm going to talk about are the Lululemon Track That High Rise running shorts. Lululemon seem to have discontinued my favourite ever running shorts with the kind of cycling shorts with the pockets. So I'm trying to branch out, trying to try new things so you don't have to, and I can tell you what's good and what's not. These are the 3-inch version, and they're just a really nice lightweight. Obviously they're not a cycling short, but they're like a kind of almost like a split short design, which I probably wouldn't normally go for, but I have been really impressed by these. They've got this kind of thick waistband which sits really nicely kind of just on my belly button, but it's just really comfortable. I really like having a kind of deep waistband and feeling really supported. There's a little zip pocket on the back for your keys. There's nowhere to store your phone on this, so if that's important to you, probably skip this. But I've been using a running belt and I've not bothered with it. And actually, when you're in the heat, you might want to take something extra with you just in case you stop for water, or do you know what I mean? I've got a draw cord which you can pull tight, you can loop, you can knot, but it means that when you put it in the washing machine it won't get all unraveled and you won't have to try and feed it back in. And it's got the built-in liner with it as well for kind of coverage. But I've been really impressed by these. They're really comfy, they're really lightweight, and I've been surprised. They've washed well, and I do love this kind of Barbie colourway. They're £48, they are out now, they're on the website. They come in a 3-inch leg length and I think a 5-inch leg length if you want a longer kind of short, but they come in loads of different colours, so that's my first pick. Carrying on with shorts, this is a brand, it's called Free People Movement. I've never really heard of this brand before, but have been excited to try some of their bits. And again, super deep waistband. There's definitely a trend here. If you like a low cut short, we're different people. I won't have recommendations for you. But again, another kind of split short. These are kind of even lighter. They're almost this like shiny material, and I think they are water resistant. So do you mean if you're wearing them in the rain and then it starts tipping it down, these are going to kind of dry quicker. But super deep waistband, which again is really comfy, holds everything in. There's no draw cord in the waistband, but I have not had any problem with it moving. It's quite a, not tight in an uncomfortable way, but it is quite a tight kind of waistband, so it sits, once it's there it doesn't budge. And there's a kind of little drop-in pocket on the back for your keys. The best part about these is that they're £28 in this colourway. I think they come in loads of different colours on the website, and they're about 30 quid, all of them. And I just think that's a good price for a pair of summer shorts. That, do you mean if you're into cycling shorts but you want to try a lightweight split short, they're not that expensive. There's also a built-in liner for these for kind of coverage, and yeah, I found them really comfy. I've been really surprised by these. And last but not least, I'm not a running sunglasses person. I feel like I'm not fast enough to be a running sunglasses person, and I've always kind of passed them on to other people. Until now, these are from Sungod and they're £70, and I really love them. I feel like they don't look like your kind of typical running sunglass. You know what I mean, like a cycling kind of sunglasses. They kind of look cool enough that you could wear them casually. They're so lightweight. I always forget that they're even in the case. They're so lightweight and they don't really budge on my face. I found that I've kind of got an awkward shaped head, and I've always found glasses that move do my head in, and they sit really well on my face. They've been really comfy on the run. I've kind of forgotten they're there, which is I guess what you want from running sunglasses. And I've been really impressed by them. I really like them. I think they look cool enough that you could just wear them casually, and for £70, that's not a bad price for running sunglasses. They're on the website now. They come in loads of different colorways. This is kind of a pink a pink screen and a brown like tortoise shell frame, but they come in loads of different colorways. They're unisex, so you can kind of pick which ones you want, and I've got them in a little case to keep them protected, but they're great. They're pretty hard wearing. I've dropped them, I've shoved them in my pocket when I'm finished running, and I've not got any scratches, but I have been really impressed by these.
My first pick this month is these Phizz 3-in-1 tablets. Now these are hydration tablets, but they have other things in as well. So you get vitamins in, there's zinc in there as well, and antioxidants. So they tick a lot of boxes. I don't drink a lot of water. I need to drink a lot of water because I do a lot of running. So I tend to have an electrolyte tablet before I go out for a run. Normally, when I get up in the morning and have an electrolyte tablet, I normally throw a vitamin tablet in as well because I like to have my vitamin tablets in the morning. These have got the vitamins in as well, so I just have one of these with a pint of water in the morning to get me ready for my run. They come in a load of different flavours. So this is a mango one, this is an orange one, and there's also a caffeine version as well if you wanted a bit of a pick-me-up to wake you up before you go for a run. Quite useful if you get up in the morning and you want to go straight out, but you haven't got time to make yourself a coffee. They come in at about £20 for 3 of them, which is pretty standard for these sorts of tablets. And you can also get them off Amazon for about £5 for 1 tablet, I think, at the moment. So not too bad. And they taste really nice as well. So that's my first pick. My second pick this month is the North Face Summit High Trail Run Tank. Now, this is basically just a running vest. It's quite an expensive running vest, but it's really, really nice. I've been using this. I've just been out to the south of France. I've been running on the trails out there. It was quite hot. And this was just a really nice vest to wear. It's made of quite a nice material, so it's quite light and sweat wicking. It feels quite comfortable when you do sweat quite a lot. And the other thing I like about this as well, which I don't like about some vests, is that it has a nicely fitted neck area here. So sometimes when you get a running vest, it can be quite low, which looks quite odd because I've got quite a hairy chest. So this covers my hairy chest, so I quite like it, but it's not too high, so it's quite comfortable as well. It has some reflective detailing on it as well, but all in all, it's just a solid, really comfortable and very nice looking vest, and it comes in a black version as well, which I've got, which is really nice as well. My third pick this month are the Saysky Flow 5-inch shorts. Now, I absolutely love these shorts. Normally, I wear sore shorts. I tend to wear shorts that have liners in because I get quite a bit of chafing between my legs if I go out for a long run, and I tend to always use those shorts. But these shorts don't have a liner in them that goes all the way down the leg. But I don't really get chafing from these either, and I think that's because they're quite a narrow fit and the fabric is nice and light and stretchy, so I haven't had any issues with chafing in these shorts, even though they don't have a liner in them. I like the fit of these shorts because it's slightly narrow. It's not too narrow. It doesn't cling to the legs, but it doesn't sort of flow around either, so it's a really nice and comfortable pair of shorts. Probably the most interesting thing about these shorts is the storage. So it has this inner layer which has lots of different pockets in. So I think there's 4 pockets, 2 for gels, a big one for your phone, and then another one that you can put like your credit cards in and stuff like that. Does pretty good at those because it's quite close to the body. It can hold them, they're not sort of bobbing around. It's not great for keys, so I put my keys in these earlier and they were sort of swinging around, but if it's a flatter object, it works really well, and it's great for gels as well. So I might even think about using these for my next marathon as a storage pack, because normally I use a belt, but I'm going to give these a go, I think, and see how many gels it can hold. So all in all, they're just a really lightweight, comfortable pair of shorts, and I've just been wearing them absolutely loads.
Now, I'm a massive fan of 33 Fuel's range of real food running fuel. I love the Super Greens. I love the 33 Fuel shakes. They're a go-to for pre-run breakfasts. I use them loads running the 67 marathons in 67 days along the Danube. But recently I've been turning to these Amore Energy Bars on longer, lower intensity runs where I want something tasty and nicely textured to top up my energy. These bars are a little like the Vela Forte bars, which I also love. They're based on Italian Panforte recipe, a mix of fruit and nuts. They also have maca in these ones, and for an extra bump of energy. They're vegan, plant-based, they fit easily into your running belt, and they deliver 37 grams of carb for each bar. The biggest bonus, unlike a lot of gels and running energy products, is that you'll actually look forward to eating them because they are delicious. Second pick for me is Lifejacket Sun Protection Spray. Now, I've mentioned before that I'm a big fan of the P20 sunscreen for hot sunny runs, mainly because it's an oil-based option that doesn't run into your eyes and sting. Well, this Lifejacket Sun Protection Spray is the closest alternative I've found. I used it recently on the Comrades when I couldn't get the other one. It's also oil-based, so it's really easy to apply. It has the same consistency as P20. It's 50 plus SPF. You can use it on your face, your body, your scalp, anywhere. It's water resistant, though it says to reapply after swimming and sweating. But I used a single application at the Comrades Marathon. I was running for 9 hours, 5 of which were in strong sunshine. It protected me well, at least from the sunburn anyway. It's not sticky, it absorbs fast. It's just a really simple, fuss-free and effective way to keep safe from the sun. So Lifejacket Sun Protection Spray. Now, I rattle on a lot about 2Tom's Sport Shield anti-chafe solution, but the Toms have also got another secret weapon that I swear by when I'm running ultras, particularly in hot, humid or wet conditions. If you sprinkle some of this talc-like powder liberally onto your feet and into your socks, it creates a barrier that lets sweat out but keeps moisture at bay. So the sweat can remove, the moisture doesn't come in. That cuts your risk of damp-induced blisters. It won't work if you're running through puddles, it's not that good, but I used it at the Marathon des Sables and I was one of the only runners in my tent who didn't suffer from really serious blisters, so I now swear by it. I've also used it for a 100-mile UK summer ultra where it's really hot, and for countless city marathons as well, and for me it always works a treat. Just be careful where you sprinkle it though, because it can get everywhere. I've left white powdery footprints on lots of expensive carpets before, and I've not been a popular boy, and that's in my own home, by the way, I should add. But yeah, so that's the 2Tom's Blistershield friction-free sort of barrier talc stuff. Go get it.
Okay, so into the first of my 2 monthly essential picks. It is vest season, so obviously I had to pick a vest. I had a few sent in and kind of offered to try. The one that I've kind of ended up using on a most regular basis, I think, and grabbing, particularly in these kind of conditions at the moment when we've actually got some sun and it has been hot out there, has been this one. So this is from a company called Bornbound. Now, Bornbounds are a triathlon brand and they have ranges for the cycling, running and swimming, obviously. Now, I've had the vest, I've had the t-shirt and the shorts to test out as well. The item that I've used mostly has been the vest. It's the one that I found that's worked really nicely for me in terms of the sessions I've been doing. I've used them for indoor and outdoor runs. I think the first thing I mention is, so this is a medium. I tend to go between a small and a medium in terms of sizes on vests. This has been absolutely fine. It's not been too tight. I'm not super slim, but this has worked pretty well in terms of the fit. The first thing I really like about it is the cut, and it's the cut of the arms where I think, and also actually it's not too low in the neck as well, which sometimes it's a bit of a mixed bag in terms of what you get there. And I think from that point of view, it kind of sits and fits really nicely. I think they have a couple of treatments on here, so I think it's anti-perspiration and a kind of fast dry treatment. In terms of kind of, we have been in hot weather, I have sweated a lot in these. So I said I've done indoor and outdoor runs and it's been absolutely fine in terms of kind of, when it has got a little bit kind of sweaty on those runs and there's been a little bit of moisture, it hasn't held onto that kind of moisture and got very damp in terms of the runs that I've done. So from that point of view, it's been pretty good. And yeah, it's just a vest, as I said, that I will continue using. And it's always a bit of a mixed bag when you get kind of particularly triathlon brands making apparel across the ranges, and there's always seems to be that it can be a bit more cycling focused or swimming focused, but it's nice to see that actually their running focus kit does feel well designed for runners. And so I really like the cut, the fit, and it's been fine, as I said, to wear on kind of my indoor and outdoor runs. So yeah, my first pick is the Bornbound singlets. Okay, to my next monthly essentials pick, and I will hold my hand up and say that I am one of those people that does go for running stuff that looks good, and ultimately it does need to deliver on the performance front as well. But if it looks good as well, then I will be wearing it or want to wear it over something else. Now, that probably best describes what I'm going to talk about next. So these are half tights and they're from a brand called Represent. So they're not really a running brand per se, but they've kind of done some kind of more running focused kit. So I had one of their t-shirts, I had the vests as well. The vest I didn't absolutely love. The t-shirt was very, very good, kind of nice and light, but it was the half tights that I ended up wearing the most over this month. I've started to wear half tights a little bit more. I generally will be in kind of short shorts and then a kind of shorter pair of tights, but I've decided to kind of start wearing these as well. And these have been absolutely fine. They've been comfortable. It's a mix of kind of polyester and nylon, a little bit of nylon, so you're getting a good kind of stretch, and then they fit really nicely. From that point of view, they've been comfortable. There's been no kind of chafing issues for me. In terms of kind of storage, you've got a pocket at the back here. It's a zipped one, and ultimately you can fit a phone in there. I've been able to fit an iPhone 14. I've had a Google Pixel 6a in there as well. You can get gel in there. You get a set of keys. And crucially, things don't jump around there as well. What I would say is, you need to make sure you're using that drawstring and getting it tight to make sure you get that optimum kind of secureness in terms of your kind of valuables in the back pocket here. But ultimately, it wasn't an issue for me. And I think sometimes with some tights, you can have an issue where they don't really hold those things in place. But I think it would be a push to put anything else more than those things. It wouldn't really. A soft flask would probably be a bit of a push in here. But in terms of that, if you're using a phone, keys, cards, then ultimately this pocket is absolutely fine. But yeah, they look good. I've enjoyed wearing them. They've been very comfortable. They are expensive. That is something to be aware of. But if you are someone that does lean towards something that feels a little bit nicer to look at, but ultimately does deliver, and I think for my training sessions, when I've done some speed sessions in them, they've been absolutely fine. So from that point of view, they work, and they are half tights that I am going to continue using. I think that's the main thing with these picks, is it's something that I will use long term, and I would have no hesitation picking these up for another session. So those are the Represent Team 24/7 half tights.
Okay, that's it from us on the monthly roundup this month. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell and all those things. And don't forget to go into the caption below and check out our podcast, which you can listen to when you're out on the run. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you next time.